What's going on, everybody? Today I'm doing a really fun blind side by side. I have a bottle of the new Riff 8-year rye, which is pretty awesome rye. And I have a sample of the Sagamore 8-year rye. It's just a little sampler bottle. And I'm doing this blind, so my wife set these up so that one of them is on slot A and one of them is on slot B. And we're gonna see which I like better. So I have tried the new Riff 8-year rye before and I absolutely loved it. I haven't actually tried the Sagamore 8-year rye. So let's go ahead and start with A on the nose. Oh, that is nice. Oh yeah. I really like that nose. It's very rich and oaky, I would say. With a bit of like savoriness, a little bit of sweetness, almost like a pear. I would definitely be able to throw vanilla out there as a flavor note. You know, just on the nose, I'm not sure I would know that A is actually a rye. I could easily mistake this for a bourbon, given the sweetness, the fruitiness. And when I think of rye, I tend to think of like menthol-y, spice, almost like a toothpaste kind of flavor. It smells really good. Ooh. Okay, that was an interesting mouth. That wasn't quite what I was expecting. Let me give that one more sip before I fully lock in what I think about that.
Wait, that one, that's A?
This is A.
Let me just look at it for my own reference.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a real darkness to the palate on this that took me by surprise right now, almost like a very deep, rich sweetness. Let me try that again. Oh man. It's really nice. You know, yeah, that palate carries through. It's very like smooth, for lack of a better word. It's got the, oh god, the nose is amazing on this. I really love the nose on A. It's just this like savory, fruity. I really like bourbons and ryes when they have a lot of fruity notes, and I do get a lot of fruitiness from A. I wish I had some water. I'd have to pour a little water. That's really good. I'm gonna hold on to that sample so I can come back after I've also tried B. So now let's give B a smell. Oh, that is very different from A. That smells very different. Oh man, this has a lot more of what I would describe as like baking spices. I often hear described when people are talking about bourbons and rye. I almost get, again, I don't really get much of a rye profile. I get a lot of like cinnamon, honestly. And like, oh, like almost cumin or something. Like there's just a,
Cumin?
I swear to God, all right, Valentine's gonna take a quick smell. like Mexican food.
I hear you. Yeah.
Like garlic or something. It's just like a unique smell. I quite like it. It's also got like a mustiness on top of those very interesting, like literal, not even baking spices, like cooking spices. Now it's fading out, just a nice oakiness. This one's really good too. Oh man. Interesting. On initial taste, I didn't like the taste of this one as much as A, to be totally honest with you. But I think I might need a few tastes. I think from this one, it is much darker, almost like a heavier whiskey, where I get, sometimes what I don't like in American bourbons and ryes is like, when I get this almost like cough syrupiness, where it's like kind of like, I think a lot of people describe that as sweet, but for me it's like this medicinal cherry kind of vibe. I will say, I'm not sure I would know this. Okay, actually now, as I keep smelling this, the second one is kind of changing and developing as I smell it. Now I'm getting like, honestly, what I would describe as like that toothpaste mintiness. in addition to all those spices I described. It's a very interesting smell, B. B, I'm definitely getting more alcohol, which is almost making me think it's the sagamore, because I know sagamore is higher proof. I like B, actually. This is growing on me. It's definitely got... It has more of a lingering finish, for sure. It's a less, like, smooth whiskey than A. Like, A I would describe as actually a very balanced, like, just a nice start-to-finish drinking experience, whereas B has a little bit more, like roughness to it. Like, it's more of a rugged and raw rye with some nice rich oak. Yeah, it's like all in the back of the tongue. I'm getting this like spicy menthol from the rye. Let's try A one more time. I do have a guess on which is which. And I think I know my preference as well at this point. Ooh. Man, these are changing the more I'm drinking them. Okay, back to A. Still get that really nice fruity nose. It kind of reminds me of like a Four Roses bourbon. Try one more sip. Okay, I'm gonna lock in A as my favorite, but these aren't worlds apart. I think they both have a nice oakiness to them, which is nice for a rye. Neither of them are extremely rye forward. Like neither of them are like these like dill menthol bombs. I do get more of that from B. A, quite honestly, you could trick me into thinking this is not a rye, which is interesting because I think these are both 100% rye. Like I think these aren't, I believe there's not corn in either of these. I'm gonna lock in A as my favorite. Valentina, which was A?
A was, one second, New Riff.
That was my guess. So I did prefer the New Riff 8-year rye over the Sagamore 8-year rye. I really love this New Riff. I think the Sagamore is interesting too. I think if you like bold, more like classic rye flavors and a little more alcohol, because it is a little more proofy, I think B is your jam. If you like a really smooth, like balanced, just like a nice sipper with just a delicious flavor profile, I think New Riff 8 is going to be your jam. These are both really good though. So logging off. Thanks for watching.